Part 2. The Burn. In Part 1, we watched a team of Soviet geologists make a decision that seemed completely logical. They lit a crater on fire to burn off a gas leak. Simple fix. Should have been over in weeks. That was 1971. The fire is still burning today. In this video, we're going inside it. What this crater actually looks like, what it sounds like, what it feels like to stand at its edge, and why 50 years later, people are still crossing one of the world's most hostile deserts just to see it. After the geologists left in 1971, the crater burned, and burned, and burned. Through the rest of 1971. Through 1972, 1973, 1974. Through the entire decade of the 1970s while the world went through oil crises, political upheaval, the space race winding down. In the Karakum Desert, that fire just kept going. It burned through the 1980s, through the Cold War's final chapter, through Chernobyl, through the beginning of the end of the Soviet Empire. The crater didn't care, it just burned. In 1991, the Soviet Union collapsed. Turkmenistan became an independent nation. Overnight, new government, new borders, new currency. The crater, still burning, through the 1990s, the 2000s, the 2010s. Each year the fire simply continued, unchanged, undiminished, indifferent to everything happening above ground. By the time most people watching this video were born, that fire was already old. There is something deeply strange about that. A fire with a history, a fire that has watched decades pass. The geologists who lit it are elderly now. Some have died, their grandchildren are adults, and the thing they started in an afternoon in 1971 is still going, the same as the day they walked away. The crater today sits in a flat, empty stretch of the Karakum visible from a distance because even in daylight, the shimmer above it distorts the air. As you get closer, the ground changes, the sand darkens near the rim, the wind shifts, and then the sound reaches you before anything else. A roar, not a crackling campfire roar, a deep, low, mechanical roar like standing beside the intake of a jet engine. It fills the desert, it drowns out wind, it drowns out everything. Then you reach the rim and you look down. The crater is roughly the size of a football pitch. The walls drop steeply, scorched black and orange, heat fractured all the way to the floor, and across the entire base, hundreds of individual flames burn simultaneously. Some small blue-orange flickers, some enormous columns of fire. The floor does not look still. It moves, it shifts. Different flames flare and settle as pressure fluctuates beneath. It has a rhythm like breathing. The heat at the rim is extraordinary. Your face tightens, your eyes dry out. The air above it shimmers so violently that the far wall warps. Up close, in the full heat and roar of it, it does not feel like an industrial accident. It feels older than that. But nothing prepares you for what this place looks like after dark. The Karakum Desert at night is absolute darkness. No light pollution, no towns for miles. The sky is dense with stars, and in the middle of it, this crater glows. Not like a campfire. It glows like something volcanic. The light is strong enough to read by at the rim, strong enough to cast shadows behind you on the sand. From a distance at night, it looks like the earth is wounded, like something beneath the surface has been exposed and cannot be covered back up. The light it throws across the desert has a quality that is hard to describe: warm, but not comforting, bright, but not welcoming. People who camp beside it overnight describe not being able to sleep from the feeling that something very large and old is directly beneath you. Travelers come from all over the world to stand at this crater's edge, and almost all of them say the same thing: photos don't come close. The crater the Soviet geologists accidentally created has become one of the most extraordinary sights on Earth. A thing people cross deserts to witness. But here's what nobody standing at that rim can answer. What's underneath it? How much gas is left? In Part 3, we go into that question. Why 2 presidential orders have failed to close it, and what it would actually take to shut the door to hell. Subscribe because the most unsettling part of this story hasn't been told yet.